So this is Tadasana alignment, and it's very good alignment based on our standards. What we'd really want to know is, if we're trying to function as a human, is this the best alignment to be in? When we have discussions about what's the alignment for Utkatasana, when we look at what, tuck the tailbone, don't tuck the tailbone, knees stay behind the toes, all of these things that we discuss really depend on the individual. Depends on the length of what they call, floor to knee, the length of the femur bone, the length of the trunk. And then we add in Utkatasana arms overhead, which complicates things even further.
This foot is turned out, okay? If I ask her to turn her foot in, she feels it either in the outer ankle or in the knee.
It looks like she's collapsing in the outer ankle.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't have the foot anymore. So the other option was for her to turn her foot in, but then turn the whole hip in, and then it was taking it out of the knee and the ankle, but now we've lost the external rotation here. I'm not telling you what's right or wrong, I'm just showing you what happens when we try to make people fit into certain shapes.
Culturally, we have embraced the postural structural model.
I want you to look at the postures in what are they capable of doing? What do they have the strength for? What's familiar to them or not familiar to them? And it's not always just about this is how your pelvis should be in Warrior Two, because some people don't have frontal plane, and that needs to be trained, and it might not need to be trained in Warrior Two for some people.
Perhaps it comes from the history of posture and relating posture and structure to health and wellness. Unfortunately, the model is just another model that is not holding up to scientific scrutiny. Another really great thing about the biomechanics and the pain research, both of them are very pro-isometrics, that isometric loading has actually quite an analgesic effect, so it can reduce pain. And also isometric loading is great for strength and tissue adaptation and motor control, etc. And I think this is wonderful because that's what we do in yoga. If we hold a posture, it's an isometric. We create models so that we can describe how things work, so we can understand the parts. And it's important. It's how the human mind works. Where we get into trouble is when we forget that we have dissected the whole to look at a part, and we then think that part is truth.